Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, happy day whenever it is you're showing up to your mat. My name is Sari, and I'm going to guide you through a vinyasa flow class, a yoga flow class. The idea of a flow class is to connect your breath to a movement. And to be really honest, it's a really tricky aspect of yoga. So I'm going to start by saying that at no time should it be perfect for you. And if you're breathing totally different than what I am cueing you to breathe, that is absolutely okay. Just be sure to be breathing. Make sure that at places where things are tricky, especially, make sure to notice if you're holding your breath or not. Lots of times when we hold our breath, it creates a sense of panic within, and then it can make postures really difficult. So that's a way our bodies handle stress. We start to pull in and tighten up. And instead, when you get to those points, ask yourself, how much more deeply can I breathe here? What can I let go of? Because when we learn to breathe well and big and full, it calms our central nervous system and we start to move with more ease. My goal for you through this class is to spend some time really paying attention to alignment, and I'll cue you through those places, but then to also spend some time really feeling the freedom that yoga provides. This freedom to move our body in a long and slow way, to breathe deep and full. And with that comes a lot of internal strength. And that is really counterintuitive in today's society. We're told to work harder, do more, push, push, push. And lots of times that actually does the reverse for allowing us to actually tap into our internal strength. So let's move long and slow and full. Don't worry about perfection. Yoga can never be perfected, so don't even try. Just allow yourself to move to the best of your ability. Skip postures that don't make sense for your body. Back out of postures if there's places that sing to you in a bad way that make your body hurt or feel uncomfortable. Yoga is something that you take as you come to the mat as you are. So every time you show up to this class, you might be in a little different physical place. And so I invite you just to take class as you are, how you are. No expectation, full self-love, enjoying moving, enjoying finding freedom in the body. On that note, let's get started. We're going to start in a comfortable child's pose posture. So big toes to touch, your glutes sitting back to your heels. If you have really tight hamstrings or hips, you may want a pillow underneath, and that will allow your glutes to have a place to rest down. Otherwise, we're sitting glutes and heels. We're going to open up our knees to make room for our chest. We're going to crawl the arms forward. We're going to start with elbows on the ground and just tuck the chin and curl the crown of the head down. And then we're going to lift the chin and pull the shoulder blades away from the ears. Again, look down, tuck the chin, feel the back of the neck get long, and feel your shoulder blades spread apart. Now take your gaze up, stretch through the throat, pull the shoulders out of the earlobes. Nice. Now we're just going to take a couple moments to look right to left, one ear down towards the mat, then the other, loosening up the ligaments in the back of our neck. And then with a little more space in the back of the neck, we're going to crawl those fingertips out forward so that we're really long through the armpits, glutes pressing back towards the heels. And then we're going to rest the forehead down on the mat. Again, if your buns are high into the sky, go ahead and use a pillow underneath your thighs. And if your forehead doesn't reach the mat, feel free to stack your fists and create a little shelf for your forehead. As you anchor down into child's pose, take just a moment to quiet the mind. Take a little moment to reflect. Just noticing what's taking up space within your head and within your heart. A lot of times we come to a yoga practice and we're told to let everything go, leave everything at the door, and I personally find that almost impossible to do. So I like to do a little practice with myself where I recognize what's sort of taking up space within me, especially things that are maybe causing me a little bit of stress or anxiety. And instead of feeling like I have to fix it or let it go, I like to just recognize it. Recognize who I am in this space. And on top of that recognition comes the realization that I deserve a moment to be on this mat, to take a break from those things that are taking up space. Not necessarily letting them go, but taking a break. And the first way I can take a break from the thoughts, the feelings, is to focus on my breath. So take a couple moments just to do that, to notice how you're breathing. And then start to deepen that breath. Seal your lips. Take an inhale through your nose. Drink air in from the bottom of your belly all the way to the top of your lungs. Hitch the breath at the top for a moment. Constrict the back of your throat slightly, and then slowly exhale that breath out the nasal passage. Continue on like that. Inhale through the nose, widen the rib cage. Exhale through the nose, let the body melt. 3 more breaths. Final breath, curl those fingertips forward just another inch. On your inhale, rise up to tabletop posture, stacking your shoulders on your wrist joints, your knees underneath your hips. Your back is flat. Nestle the belly button closer to the vertebrae. Feel your heart long towards the front of your mat, and feel your tailbone aligned, belly pulled in, so we're not flaring down like a hammock, and we're not pointing high up like a tent. Back nice and flat. We're going to place the weight towards the left knee. Option always to guide the left knee a little bit more center. Inhale your right leg out and behind you. Roll your right hip bone down even with your left hip bone. Take a breath in, heart is long forward. Exhale, curl your back, round your knee to your forehead, push the earth away through your palms. Inhale, lengthen the right leg back. Exhale, round the knee to your chest, curl your back. One more time, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round and curl it in. Inhale, lengthen the right leg back. Exhale, release down to tabletop posture, and then realign your knees under your hips. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the throat and tailbone, cow pose. Exhale, curl your back like an angry cat. Cat pose, tuck the tailbone, round your neck. Inhale, cow pose, belly drops to the earth, lift through the throat. Exhale, cat pose, round your back, separate your separate your shoulder blades rather. One more time, inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, neutral tabletop posture. This time the weight will go over towards our right knee. Again, option to move the right knee slightly more centered. Extend your left leg backwards. Shoulders stay stacked on top of wrist. Pull the belly up and in. Roll the left hip bone down, even with the right hip bone. Take an inhale. Exhale, knee to chest, round and curl in. Inhale, lengthen the left leg. Exhale, round and curl in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl. Inhale, lengthen the left leg. Exhale, release tabletop posture, knees back underneath hips, wrists underneath shoulders. Inhale, cow. exhale, cat. Inhale, cow, make a smile with the spine. Exhale, round your vertebrae, press your heart to the sky, cat. One more time, inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Inhale, neutral tabletop posture, back is flat. Exhale, tuck your toes underneath. Use your core and arm strength, lift the hips, downward facing dog. In downward facing dog, your body is the shape of an upside down V. Take a moment, pedal the knees, one then the other, pressing one heel down to the earth, then the other heel down to the earth. This posture, when we first show up to a class, often feels a little aggressive, but it actually becomes more of a resting posture later in class. So just give your body time. Everything needs a little moment to warm up and to settle in. Feet are hip width apart. Melt your heels to the earth, bend your knees as much as you need. Press your tailbone up and back. Your low belly is pulling into the hip bones. You're pressing away from the front of the mat through strong, long arms, especially down through the middle fingers and the thumbs. Your heart's trying to stamp back towards your knees. Let your head be heavy. If your knees need to bend, that's fine. Otherwise, lengthen the heels to the earth. Draw long hamstrings up the backs of your legs. Gaze forward and gently walk your feet behind your wrist bones. You can have a nice wide stance, a gentle bend in the knees so that your torso can blanket down to the ground. Rest pinkies and crooks of opposite elbows. Let your shoulders and head and whole entire spine fall heavily to the earth. What a beautiful opportunity to let things that don't serve you roll off your back. Then go ahead and bob your head and spine like yes and up and down like a yes. And then make that bob move from side to side, a gentle sway, feeling that this posture feels really different when we move it around our feet. At the balls of the feet, you'll feel one thing, and back towards the heels, you'll feel another. Wherever you are, decompress the low back by letting the vertebrae spill to the ground. One more breath in. As you exhale, release your fingertips to the earth. Toe heel your feet all the way together to touch, or you can keep a little space between your feet for balance issues as well. And then we're going to, with a light bend in the knees from the base of the spine, slowly uncurl all the way up to the top. Vertebrae by vertebrae, unwinding. Your head and shoulders, the last to arrive, and then take a couple nice big shoulder shrugs backwards. And some nice big shoulder shrugs forwards. And then adjust clothing or anything in your body that you feel like you need to, just to stand tall and confidently, and place your hands at your heart center. Your tailbone tucks down underneath you. Allow your eyes to softly close. In your mind's eye, see yourself standing tall and strong. Feel yourself with the crown of the head reaching to the sky, tailbone tucking down underneath you. Your quadricep muscles, the big muscles in your thighs, you can feel them lift because your legs are engaged. We're lifting out of the kneecaps. Belly button nestles close to the spine, shoulders fall away from the ears. Take a few breaths here. As you inhale, feel the breath travel up your spine. And as you exhale, feel the lungs deflate and everything float back down. 2 more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more big breath in. And as you exhale, separate your palms, bring them to your sides. Inhale, reach up towards the sky, mountain pose. Grow long through the sides of the body. Your heart reaching in an upward direction, fingertips energetic to the sky, but release shoulders away from your ears. As you exhale, make a goal post with your arms. Pop your heart and your hips lightly forward. The back of your neck is long. Feel your shoulder blades drive down low towards one another. Inhale, reach back tall, tighten everything up into the center line. Exhale, dive forward with your heart, hinge at the waist, forward fold. Slight bend in the knees, hands behind the calves. Take a couple of breaths to stretch. Your goal is to reach your chest towards your knees and flatten your back against your legs. It's okay to bend your knees as much as you need. It's okay if you are not flattened to the legs. Couple of breaths here, opening up the back line of your legs. Head is nice and heavy. On an inhale, come to a halfway lift. Stretch the tailbone to the back of the mat, your heart to the front of the mat, hands either towards shins or down to the earth. Think of the body as making a 90-degree angle. Now anchor your belly button towards your low ribs. Stay active through your feet. You should be able to wiggle your toes. Feel all the energy in the backs of your legs, your hamstrings. Now bend your knees, plant your palms, and step back into high plank posture. Shoulders stacked on top of your wrist bones. Always an option to keep the shoulders above the wrist bones and take your knees. Wherever you go, the belly button pulls up towards the spine. You're active through the inner thighs and your heels are pressing to the back of the mat. Your heart is reaching to the front of the mat, all while keeping your shoulders stacked right above your wrist bones. Take an inhale, inch just slightly forward, shoulder blades towards fingertips. Again, option to use your knees. If you use your knees, we'll exhale to chaturanga. Your heart will fall between the thumbs, your elbows scraping the ribs. If you don't use your knees, we'll stay in plank chaturanga halfway down to a push-up. Hover your heart above the earth, or feel free to lower all the way down to the ground. Inhale, cobra. This is cobra with a little bend in the arms, legs, and hips on the ground, pressing your heart between your biceps and squeezing your shoulder blades together. Or you can take upward facing dog. So chaturanga, upward facing dog. Your hip bones pressing behind your wrists, your belly engaged, pulling shoulder blades down and back and out of your earlobes. Then tuck your toes, use your core, send your body back to downward facing dog. Take a big breath in and an open mouth exhale. One more time, big breath in. Open mouth exhale. Let's put that all together for 2 times in a row. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step to the top of your mat, feet to touch or some space. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, mountain pose. Exhale, open your heart. Inhale, reach back to mountain. Exhale, hinge at the waist and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step back, high to low plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, use your core, downward facing dog. One last time. Inhale, gaze forward. I'm going to take a little hop for those of you that want to, otherwise step. Exhale, step or float, top of the mat, feet to touch. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, mountain. Exhale, open your heart. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step or float back, high to low plank. Remember, your knees are an option, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in And a big breath out. We're now going to set up our Sun B flow. Inhale your right leg high to the sky. Nice. Your right hip does not want to open up. Rather, it wants to roll down. That might mean your leg doesn't go quite as high, and that's okay. Take an inhale, really lift the right toes to the sky. Exhale, knee to your chest, move towards a plank and round, pull up and in through the core. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step your right foot to the top of the mat, low lunge. Right foot wants to make it all the way up there. If it doesn't, drop down to the back knee and scooch the right foot to the top of the mat. You want knee just slightly behind right ankle. Left knee is down. Inhale, open up your heart. Pull the shoulder blades down and back. Press the hip bones towards the top edge of the mat. And then the right knee can move slightly to the right to make room for your hips to press forward. Lift your heart towards the sky. Drive down your back muscles. Find space through the back of the neck. Take an inhale. Now exhale, glide your hips towards the back of the mat. Reach your arms to the front of the mat and take a half split stretch. Option to flex the right toes back towards your nose as you reach your heart towards the right shin. Square the hips to the top of the mat. Square your shoulders to the top of the mat and stretch. A couple of breaths here. Inhale's giving you length out of the low back. And exhale's dropping you into your stretch, even if it's only in your head. One more breath, inhale. One more exhale. Take an inhale. Exhale, crawl forward into a low lunge. Rise up on the back leg. Right knee is stacked on top of the right ankle. Nice. So we're at a 90-degree angle in that front leg. The back leg is super active. We're going to inhale to an open twist to the right, leading that movement with our right arm. So start to draw your right arm forward and then use your core to lift off the mat and twist your heart open to the right side. Option to drop down to your back knee, especially during this setup phase. Otherwise, nice and active on that back leg. Keep the right knee coming out of the right hip bone. Pull the right hip bone back as you pull the right shoulder back and feel your inner thighs grip. Take an inhale. Take an exhale. You're so strong. Inhale. Now as you exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Tuck the back knee under, tuck your tailbone a lot, and hover your back knee 1 inch off the mat. You're stronger than you know. Stay here. You've got this. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, open up. Warrior 2. Right leg is in front. The front heel will bisect the back foot. We're looking for 90 degrees in the front leg. Let's bend and straighten and give that front leg a little bit of movement to warm up into the posture. And then we're going to settle into Warrior 2. Shoulders should stack on hip bones. Seal down through the knife edge of the back foot. Your right knee moves to the pinky toe of the right foot. Belly button nestles towards the spine. Big breath in. Exhale, reach forward, extended side angle. Tick-tock your arms to 6 and 12. Use that bottom arm to push away from the bottom leg and rotate your heart to the sky. Always an option to rest the forearm on the front leg if that works better for you. Tailbone should scoop down and under. Grip the outer edges of your hips in and really seal through that back foot. Keep that bend in the front knee. Inhale, reverse warrior. Lift up and back through the right side. Resist crunching your weight down on the back. Stay long. Keep the bend in the front leg. Exhale, swim your hands down to the ground. Inhale, take that right leg back high to the sky. And then exhale, draw your right knee to your right tricep. Squeeze through the side body. Move towards a plank. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, draw your shoulder blades up above your wrist. Option to put this right foot down. Chaturanga, halfway down to push-up, or your knees, your choice. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in. Take a big breath out. One more time, inhale. One more open mouth exhale. Inhale, left leg high to the sky. Pause. Roll the left hip even with the right. Energetically reach the left toes to the sky and the right heel to the ground. Bend your knees wherever you need. Exhale, knee to chest. Move towards a plank, pull in through the core. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, get that left foot to the top of the mat. Low lunge. It's okay to drop down to the back knee. And in fact, we are going to be on the back knee. Left knee a little bit behind the left ankle. Inhale, let your hips press forward. Open up your chest. Exhale, glide your hips back. Stretch your heart towards your left shin. Draw back through the left hip bone. Bend your knees as much as you need. Remember, it's okay if your practice looks totally different than mine. Stretching the back of that left leg. One more inhale. And then exhale, crawl forward onto the left leg. Rise up on the back leg. Now left knee stacks on top of left ankle. Super active through that back leg. If you have any low back pain, keep a little bend in that back knee. We're going to rise to an open twist. We're going to lead the movement with the left arm. Left arm reaches forward, come up and around. Inhale, crescent lunge with an open twist. Keep the knee aligned with the hip. Super active on that back foot. Squeeze your inner thighs and draw your left shoulder back so we get this nice spinal twist while our legs are feeling lots of power. Take an inhale. Exhale, hands to your heart. Hover that back knee. Tuck the tailbone underneath. So strong in both legs. You've got this. Big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, open up. Warrior two. Heel to arch alignment between the front and back foot. Shoulders stack on top of the hip bones. So we're not leaning way forward. We're nice and vertically aligned. You should feel that in the back hip. Tailbone underneath. Hips and inner thighs squeezing in. Imagine two people pulling your arms in opposition. Take a big breath in. Exhale, lengthen the side body forward and tick-tock your arms to 6 and 12. Extended side angle. Seal down through the knife edge of the back foot. Use that arm to leg to push away from the earth and rotate heart skyward. Really grip the inner thighs and keep the left knee moving to the pinky toe of the left foot. Inhale, reverse warrior. Keep the bend in the front knee, keep it there. Reach up and back through the left side body. Keep that lunge. I know your legs are singing. Exhale, swim hands down to the ground. Inhale, left leg drags back and high to the sky. Exhale, left knee to your left tricep. Shift towards a plank. Squeeze the side belly. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, shift your shoulders above your wrists. Lower halfway down to a push-up. Option for two legs, option for knees. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in. And an open mouth exhale. One more big breath in. Open mouth exhale. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step or float, top of your mat, feet to touch. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, mountain pose. Exhale, open your heart. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, dive it forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step or float, high to low plank, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. We're gonna start to flow. Here we go, yogis. Have fun, be free. Don't worry about perfection. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step to the top of the mat, low lunge, drop to the back knee. Inhale, press your hips forward, open your heart. Exhale, glide your hips back and stretch. Hold it here, take an inhale. Exhale, crawl into low lunge, right knee on right ankle, leading with the right arm. Inhale, open, twist to the right. Exhale, back knee hovers, hand to your heart. Inhale, open up, warrior two, right leg in front. Exhale, lengthen the side body, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, hands to the ground. Inhale, right leg high to the sky. Exhale, right knee to right tricep. Inhale, right leg high to the sky. Exhale, glide your shoulders above wrists, halfway down to push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left side. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step through low lunge, drop to the back knee. Inhale, open your heart. Exhale, glide the hips back. Stay here, inhale. Exhale, crawl to low lunge, tuck the back toes under. Leading with the left arm. Inhale, open, twist left. Exhale, back knee hovers. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, hands to the ground. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left knee to left tricep. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, shift shoulders above wrists. Release, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. One more time, let's go, yogis. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, through to low lunge, back knee down. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, glide your hips back. Hold it here, inhale. Exhale, crawl to low lunge, right knee stacks on ankle. Inhale, open, twist to the right. Exhale, back knee floats. Inhale, open up, warrior two. Exhale, reach forward, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, hands to the ground. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, right knee to right tricep squeeze. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, shift your shoulders above your wrists, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, use your core, down dog. Left side, inhale, left leg high. Exhale, knee to chest, pull in the core. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step foot top of the mat, drop to the back knee. Inhale, press your hips forward, open the heart. Exhale, glide the hips back and stretch. Hold it here, inhale. Exhale, crawl to low lunge, back toes tuck under. Leading with the left arm. Inhale, open twist to the left. Exhale, back knee hovers. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reach, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, hands to the ground. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left knee to left tricep squeeze. Inhale, left leg high. Guide your shoulders above your wrists. Exhale, halfway down to a push-up. Inhale, upward dog, lift the heart. Exhale, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in. And an open mouth exhale. One more big breath in. Open mouth exhale. Beautiful job. Walk your hands back to your feet. Option to grab a quick sip of water right now if you need one. We just finished, that was our Sun Bee flow. So we're gonna slide our palms under our feet. Again, bending your knees as much as you need. We want our big toes to massage the creases in our wrist. Gorilla pose. And then we're gonna transfer the weight towards the balls of our feet. Again, your knees can be bent or straight. Use the strength of your biceps, your arms. Billow them out. Pull with your strength to pull your chest down and through the legs. Let the crown of the head fall heavy to the earth. Couple big breaths here. Your toes massaging your wrist bones. Your heart rate allowed to slow down a bit from that flow. Nice job. We're going to put together another little flow in a moment. In the meantime, we're going to take some nice strong posturing. Release hands from underneath your feet. Toe heel your feet together to touch, or again, a little space. Slight bend in your knees. Uncurl your back, one vertebrae at a time. Feels good to stand upright. Roll those shoulders out. Adjust. Feel nice and strong. Open up the shoulders. Inhale, take your arms to the sky, mountain pose. Exhale, sit your weight into your heels, knees directly forward, and then airplane your arms back and through. Pause here. Your tricep muscles should be engaged, as well as your spinal erector muscles. Those are the muscles that line your vertebrae. It's like we're taking everything and squeezing it into the center, shoulder blades and back muscles, and then our neck is growing long forward. Weight's really nice and deep in the heels. You should be able to wiggle your toes. Now sweep the fingertips towards the earth. Inhale, stand up tall, mountain pose. Exhale, open the heart. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, chair plane. One more time. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, heart opens. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, chair plane. Inhale, right knee will lift, one-legged mountain pose. Draw your right knee in line with the right hip. Lift through the inseam of the standing leg. Pull the belly button towards the vertebrae. Relax the shoulders away from your ears. Option if balance is an issue to keep your big toe closer to the ground so that you can use the ground when you need. You're tall and strong. Focus on somewhere non-moving. Your drishti, your focus. One more big breath in. One more big breath out. Now extend through the right heel and place the right foot down. The back heel will come up. Square your hips and shoulders to the top of the mat. Nice. Now bring your arms out like a T. Bend your right knee slightly. Lift up onto the right foot. Tick-tock your heart over to make a capital letter T with your body. Again, back toes can come down for balance. So maybe you're a little more here, working on balance. Or maybe you're all the way to a capital letter T. Roll that left hip even with the right. A little upward lift of the heart will balance out the back leg. You've got this. Now sweep the arms down to the ground and next to your ears. Fingers can connect with pointer fingers loose for warrior three. We're here for 3, 2, and 1. Stand up tall. Take an inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, hinge at the waist, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step back into high plank posture. From your high plank posture, place your right palm on the mat under your nose and roll your left foot to stack on the right foot, opening your chest and hips to the left side of the mat for side plank. Option, take the right knee down, roll the right shin parallel to the top of the mat, and open up to your left for modified side plank. Either place is perfect. So wrists, shoulders should all be in a vertical line, and then we're lifting away from the earth, pushing up out of our shoulders, pushing the bottom oblique to the top oblique. Option to stay here. We're here for 3 breaths, or to bring your toe to your knee for a tree pose variation. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Now, wherever you are, drop the left foot back behind you. So over to your left. Drop your hips down. Left arm is reaching towards those right toes. Right palm is down, diagonal out of the shoulder. Push the left foot into the earth. Lift your hips and open up your spine. Really actively push the earth away through that right palm. A rapturous back bend. Modification, that's not serving you. Come down to the elbow and just lift your heart up and back and squeeze your shoulder blades towards one another. You'll still get a heart opener. We're here for 1 more inhale. Exhale, come back around, high plank. Lift your hips and walk your hands back to your toes. Slowly uncurl your back, 1 vertebrae at a time. Roll the shoulders out. We're going to take the other side of the body. Inhale, arms up, mountain pose. Exhale, open your heart. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, chair plane, sit low and sweep. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, open. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, chair plane. Inhale, left knee will lift. Rise with control. Knee aligned with hip or big toe for stability. Belly button pulls to the low ribs. Lift through the inseam of the standing leg. You've got it. 2 more breaths. Extend through that left heel. Place the left foot down. You'll come up to the ball of the right foot. Now square your hips to the top of the mat as well as your chest. Take the arms out like a T. Bend that left knee slightly. Lift up onto the left foot. Again, you can be more here, working on balance while using that toe. Or maybe you come up and over into a capital letter T, lifting through that left leg. Your heart lifts. You're energizing the right heel to the ceiling. Arms coming forward, warrior 3. We're here for 3, 2, and 1. Stand up, mountain pose. Take an inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step to high plank. Remember, as we move to side plank on the other side, you're welcome to use the bottom knee, that left knee. Left palm under your nose on the mat. Stack your feet. Bring the right arm to the sky. Push and lift away from the earth. Maybe top toes to the bottom knee. 3 breaths. Now drop the right foot down behind you to the right side, hips lower. And then inhale, lift the heart. Rapturous back bend, opening the spine. One more breath in and out. Release around high plank, and then slowly lower all the way down. Nicely done. Take your hands like goalposts and your feet to the width of your mat. Now walk the palms back so that the thumbs are diagonally out from your shoulders at the very edges of your yoga mat. Exhale all the air from your lungs. Press down on the ball pads of your fingers. Drive your hip bones down into the earth. Start to lift your elbows. Ground down into your palms. And then lift your heart. If it's accessible, arms all the way straight. If not, be wherever you need to be along the way. A Sphinx pose variation. Back of the neck long. I'll see a lot of people crunch. This is a lot of pressure on your neck, so keep the neck long. Squeeze your booty muscles. Ground down into the toenails, so we're super active through the feet. And then pop your heart open, shoulder blades pull down and back. Slowly release chest to the earth. Bend your heels to meet your glutes. Sweep your arms around to grab your feet. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Now draw the knees back in. Exhale air from your lungs. Inhale, kick your feet back into your palms. Lift the knees off the earth. Pull your chest up and back. Use the strength of the legs to pull the chest off the ground. You've got this. One big inhale, kick an inch further. And then exhale, stack your forearms. Release your feet and let your forehead rest down on your forearms. Couple big breaths. Windshield wiper your feet from side to side. Release your legs. Take your palms underneath your shoulders. Press your body up into tabletop posture. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, neutral tabletop posture. Exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Such good work, yogis. Feel free to stop and grab a sip of water. You can pause your video and come right back in. One more big breath in. One more big breath out. We're gonna set up another mini flow. So some postures we've seen, we won't spend as long of time there. And then we're going to see some for the first time in this class. And then after this little mini flow, it's gonna be down to stretching on our spines. You're doing such an amazing job. Remember not to overthink it, just be here, trying things on till eventually you push play on this class one day and everything feels amazing. Inhale your right leg high to the sky. Exhale, step the right foot to the top of the mat, low lunge, right knee stacked on right ankle. Inhale, rise, twist to the right. We've been here. Exhale, back knee hovers. Here's something new. Use the strength. Drag the back toes, and we're gonna stand up on that right foot. Inhale, left knee lifts, one-legged mountain pose. We've been here. Exhale, bend the right knee slightly, pinpoint the left toes back, hands at your heart center, chest is floating above your toe tops. Now inhale, reach that left foot back, crescent lunge, front knee at 90 degrees. Exhale, open up for warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Bump your hips to the back of the mat. Right side body reaching forward. So you really want to feel that right hip bumping back to the left heel. And then squeeze your booty underneath you and grip your feet into the mat. Triangle pose. Tick-tock your arms to 6 and 12 without resting your weight down on the bottom leg. Heart rotates to the top palm. Super strong and activated obliques. You've got this. We're here for 3. Engage those obliques. It's okay if you're shaky. And 1. Inhale, reverse triangle. Keep that front leg straight. Make a rainbow with the right side body up and back. Resist dumping your weight. Again, we're nice and long. And then exhale, hands down to the ground. Step back. You can either float the right toes, ground the right toes, or use your knees. Chaturanga, halfway down to push-up, hug elbows to ribs. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step left foot top of the mat, low lunge, knee stacks on ankle. It's okay if you have to scooch on the back knee and scooch it up there, leading with the left hand. Inhale, open twist to the left. Exhale, back knee hovers. Inhale, warrior 2. No, back knee hovers. Stay there. Inhale, one-legged mountain pose. Lift that right leg up in front of you. Step up onto the left foot. Find that one-legged mountain pose. Exhale, pinpoint squat. Little bend in the left knee. Right toes behind you. Roll the right hip even with the left hip. Belly button to low ribs. Heart above toe tips. Now reach those right toes back. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, straighten the front leg out. Bump your hips back. Imagine your body closed between 2 pages of a book, so our booty's not out behind us, it's underneath. We're gripping the outer edges of the hips, gripping the feet into the mat, reaching the left side body forward, and then using your strong belly to tick-tock to 6 and 12. Really ground through the heels of each foot and rotate the bottom side of your ribs skyward. Your belly's so strong, pull the belly button back to the spine. Inhale, reverse triangle. Lift up and back, pull space along those left side ribs. And then swim hands down. Left toes will either float, come to the ground, or use your knees. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, use your core, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in. Take a big breath out. One more big breath in. One more big breath out. Yogis, we're going to take that flow 2 times on each side of the body, and then everything's down on our mat for stretching and savasana, our final resting posture. Be strong, be alive, move freely. You can do this. Don't worry about perfection. Turn your music up if you have a playlist going. Let's take this final moment to move with freedom. I'm here for you. I believe in you. It's okay to skip stuff. It's okay to add stuff. This is your time. Be alive on your mat. Here we go. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step through to low lunge. Inhale, open twist right. Exhale, back knee hovers. Inhale, lift the left foot. Exhale, pinpoint squat. Inhale, step back, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, straighten the front leg, bump the hips back. Exhale, tick-tock to triangle pose. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, swim hands down. Release, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step through to low lunge. Inhale, open twist left. Exhale, back knee hovers. Inhale, right leg lifts, one-legged mountain. Exhale, pinpoint squat. Inhale, step it back, crescent. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten and lengthen. Exhale, triangle pose. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, hands to the ground. Step back or float to foot. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more time each side. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step through low lunge. Inhale, open twist right. Exhale, back knee floats. Inhale, lift the left knee in front of you. Exhale, pinpoint squat. Inhale, reach it back, crescent. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, lengthen and straighten. Exhale, strong obliques, triangle pose. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, hands to the ground. Float the toes or not, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Last side, inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step all the way through low lunge. Inhale, open twist to the left. Exhale, back knee hovers. Inhale, right knee comes forward, one-legged. Exhale, pinpoint squat. Inhale, reach back, crescent. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten and lengthen. Exhale, tick-tock triangle. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, hands to the ground, float or not, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big breath in and big breath out. Gently drop to your knees. Sip of water is surely deserved if you need one, so feel free to grab one. We're gonna have a seat on our glutes. We're gonna bring everything down now. Beautiful flow, everyone. So proud of you. Whether you could do all of it, some of it, just know that's what yoga is all about. Showing up to your mat, giving it your all, trying the pieces on that you can, and then eventually, over time, you'll find yourself breathing and moving with this intense freedom that literally fills you up from the inside out, and that's what makes you more committed. That's what makes you see the world with a little brighter colors and approach people with a little bit more compassion. All of those things, because filling up from the inside out is true strength. So thanks for showing up to your mat. Let's stretch it out and wind it all down. I'm going to face you for this next little series just so you can see a little bit better. So we're going to, and I'm going to be honest, this is not my best posture. So I'm going to do my best to explain what we're doing, and then you do what you can. So left shin in front of you. And maybe some of you are like up here like this. I'm asking you to just do the best you can. So to be really honest, people who are really great at this posture will stack their shins like this. I personally can't find that place in my body. This is called like a cow face pose variation. So what I want you to try to think of and do your best to get close to is ankle on top of knee and then ankle underneath knee so that you have a little stack of your shins. Now really, I'm doing right shin on top, so try to put the right shin on top. Really ground down through your right sit bone and sit up nice and tall. Many of you will feel this already. And also, just FYI, if you're here, you're not anywhere close to that stack, that's okay. Again, yoga is a process. It's a procedure. Lots of people show up to yoga because they're super, super tight. So you can't get to the spaces I'm asking you to get to right away. It takes time and practice. So know, wherever you are perfect. Right sit bone is going to ground down. Shins are however stacked you can get them. But we do want those sit bones. What I want you to feel is some relative intensity in the sides of your glutes, in particular the right side. So we're going to be here for 5 breaths. And we're just compressing our chest and our weight down over those shins. And maybe as time goes on, you can relax into your muscles a little more and get a little more depth. So here's what's going to happen as you hit the places where you can feel so much intensity and tightness. We'll fight against our own bodies. Use your breath. Stop fighting back out to where you don't have to fight so much, and breathe. And then just watch your body respond if you offer it some patience. Two more breaths. And slowly walk yourself up. Uncross those legs out in front of you. Give the knees a little shake. Reach your arms up. Take an inhale, slight bend in the knees just to protect the back. Exhale, reach your heart towards your shins. We're trying to flatten the back over the legs. It doesn't matter if you touch your toes. What matters most is how flat you can make your spine down over your legs. So maybe you're all the way up here. This is where your flat spine is. That's okay. Find where your flat spine can stretch towards your shins. And then when you can't go any further, that's the place where you then drop your head. Rise up from your legs. Bend the right shin in. Stack your left shin on top of the right shin. You might find this side is totally different. I'm a little tighter on this side. So I already feel, so I'm trying to get ankle on knee, ankle on knee, ankle under knee. And I already sitting upright feel tons of intensity on my left side. So again, we have 5 breaths. I'm going to just sit up top here for a moment, totally different than my other side. I'm going to do my really best, my very best to not let all that tension scare me, rather just to let it show me where I'm tight, where I'm holding on to things. Your hips, by the way, are a place where we hold on to a lot of emotion. So I'm just going to sit with it for a moment. 3 more big breaths. I find that after I sort of relax and give up the fight and take away the pressure of like having to be the most flexible, when I take away that pressure of perfection, I can usually get more out of myself. Two more breaths. And we'll slowly rise up from the legs. Stretch your legs out in front of you. And then slowly, one vertebrae at a time, lower down to your back. Stamp your feet into the mat, heels close to your glutes. Tuck your shoulders in slightly behind your chest or under your chest. Keep the back of your neck long. And then lift your hips to the sky. Take big billowing breaths so you can actually see your belly rise and fall. Imagine squeezing something between your inner thighs and then powering down through the heels. I like to lift my toes to make sure my heels are doing the work and that I can really feel my quadricep muscles engaged. Back of the neck is long. I'm energetically pushing away from the earth like I'm trying to push my hip bones back into my forehead. Big breaths. One more big breath in. And then slowly articulating each vertebrae down to the mat. Hugging my knees to the chest. Grabbing for the insides of my toes, my feet, my ankles. Whatever's accessible, pulling open for happy baby pose. Grounding down through the tailbone and pulling the knees wide. I'm going to straighten out a little bit to get a little more into the hamstrings. It's okay. You can also just do it one side, then the other. You can also stay really bent and rock from side to side. Pulling the right knee up to the right armpit, extending the left leg long. I'm going to give that right knee a little hug so that I can feel some compression on my right hip. And then cross the right knee over to the left side of the mat so that my sacrum, my low back, is stacked vertically. And then I'm going to open my right arm. I like to take a goalpost, or you can take a wing. Gaze gently over to the right side and take 4 big breaths, traveling that breath all up and down the vertebrae. Coming back to center, drawing both knees in to find a neutral spine for a moment. And then releasing the right leg long to the mat, hugging my left knee to left armpit, a little bit of compression down on that hip bone. And then crossing left knee over to the right, finding that vertical stack of my low back, my sacrum. And then I like to goalpost my arms. You'll hear a lot of instructors tell you that this opposite shoulder, your left shoulder, should be sealed to the mat. Eventually, that's your goal, but it is far more important to have that vertical stack of the sacrum. So if your shoulder pops up to offer that space to your low back, that's okay. Breathe well, breathe along the spine. Roll onto your back, pull both knees in. Extend both legs up to the sky. Cross your right ankle on top of your left thigh, the lower part of your thigh by the kneecap to make a figure 4. Grab through that loop that your legs make, that 4. I like to bend my left knee to give a little pressure onto that right shin for figure 4 stretch. Seal down through the low back and feel a nice stretch through the outer edge of the right glute, or maybe in through the inner thigh, somewhere around the hip. Again, releasing all the tension we store in our hips. Option always to sort of pick your chest up and give it a little more of a pull down to your chest. And then unravel that figure 4. Let's make the figure 4 left ankle over right thigh. Grab through that loop. Pull shin back to chest, chest to shin. Seal down through the low back. Unravel your legs, hug your knees to your chest, wrap your arms around your shins and draw your forehead into your knees. Take an inhale breath and squeeze your body into a tight little ball with all your might. As you exhale, release all of that tension. Lay flat on your back. Take up space. Let your body melt all the way down to the ground. Your final Savasana, your resting posture. This is the time when a lot of people will push stop. The workout is finished. But I really encourage you to stay here for at least 10 big breaths. This is actually the most important posture of class. This is the place your yoga finds its home within your body. This is the time that you deserve to be flat and still. No to-do list. Just allowing yourself space and time to breathe and belong and be still, to be with yourself. Yogis, I invite you to stay here for as long as you crave, as long as you need. And when you're ready, to slowly wiggle fingers and toes and stretch yourself out and sit up nice and slow. Thank you so much for coming to your mat. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through your yoga flow practice. It is such a great honor to share what I love, and it is an even greater honor to share it with you. May your yoga inspire you to know that you deserve this time, you deserve to move slow and strong and full. You deserve moments to feel completely alive. Namaste.